You expect me to be submissive to you, and you don't even have any money. What am I submitting to? Poverty? Woman tells me she's getting a divorce. I'm gonna say congratulations.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but I'm pretty sure that the love of your life wouldn't ruin your mental health and then blame you for it.
I'm marrying for love, for true love. Don't do that. Don't marry for love. Marry for money.
The number one source of divorce is not infidelity or lack of shared values. It's usually got something to do with money. And also 70% of divorce filings are filed by women.
Red flag that I seen a guy is having a mom and even worse, having a sister.
First tip of the day. A golfer came up to me and I asked what they wanted, and they just said a smile. Men.
Yeah, and this is how they talk behind your back after you give them money.
You can't make a boy like you, but you can make him absolutely terrified of you. And that's 10 times more interesting anyway.
So why did you guys get a divorce?
Because I really wanted something different. It's very unfortunate because he was the most loving, kind person. I had...
That doesn't matter, because he was boring to her and she wanted something new, something thrilling.
all the love and support that I could have ever wanted. But I think I went through a period wanting money. Like I wanted to be with someone and be at a different level.
Like y'all have it easier because women have to be attractive. Y'all don't. You could be a 2 out of 10 but be rich, and now you're gonna pull some of the most attractive women.
Yes, but it's way harder to become rich. Handsome, you just have to be born with that. It's just luck. But to get rich, it's a lot of hard work.
When is the man coming to save me? When? Who's coming to save me? Like, I'm exhausted. I want to be in the kitchen. I want to be making sandwiches.
Why weren't you thinking like that in your 20s, ma'am? Why now? Oh, because you realize it's a bit too late, that's why.
Like, I just... Where's the breadwinner? I don't want it to be me.
Just a quick PSA. Alaska and Nebraska are indeed 2 different places. Just thought I'd let you guys know that so you don't have to learn the hard way.
So I started talking to men again. That was a mistake.
I haven't slept with my husband in probably a year. Unintentionally, probably 4 or 5 months. Intentionally, probably 8 or 9 months.
Right after I got divorced, I got into a situation with somebody I knew from work.
How quickly after the divorce?
Well, like immediately.
Okay.
And
like the
together.
day after?
Maybe.
Who wants to bet, guys, that she was talking to that guy way before her divorce? Way before.
Sort of, yes.
Okay. How long are you married?
Almost 5 years.
Did you guys ever have any kids?
Yes.
And you got with this person a day after?
Yes, but I thought he was the love of my life.
I mean, we've
It's clear she didn't fall in love after a day.
all heard men be like, my mom was the most amazing mother. She stayed at home. She cooked. She cleaned. She really carried the family on her back. She's our rock. And
Did
if
it
I were to
all.
hear, and if I heard that today, I'd be like, wait.
No, thank you. No,
Wait.
thank you. I have an equal partner. I don't have to make him a list. I have an equal partner. I don't have to ask him to help with things around the house. I have an equal partner. He knows how to shop at the grocery store with.
You have a simp. A simp that's too afraid to leave you because he doesn't want to die alone. That's all.
Without pictures. I have an equal partner. He doesn't expect me to handle everything alone. I have an equal partner. He plans date nights without me having to beg for it. I have an equal partner. He does his own laundry.
70-80% of nurses are cheating on their spouse with doctors or something like that.
Oh.
And then I asked a nurse the same question. I said, why do so many nurses cheat? And she said, well, typically the nurses, they end up getting a job and they're making more than their spouse. Then they're next to a doctor or somebody who's a surgeon and they go
It's all about money, guys.
out for a drink and they have conversations and they were like, well, what would my life be with this person? Because I go home to this person and their life sounds a little bit better than my life.
Right.
If you're not used to having a good man in your life, or if you might have seen that growing up, you can do all the healing work that you want to do. But when a good man comes, can you handle that? Because he's going to be a trigger and you're going to have to know how to decipher
He's going to be boring to you.
intuition and fear. And they feel the same. The version of you that you are right now is why you have what you have. You got to make a complete identity switch to get something different. When people aren't ready to do that, they will always go back to the low-hanging fruit that they're accustomed to.
People are so hard to change, guys. If they're convinced that they're right, you can't make them think differently.
Why do women tend to point out the negative things the man does in a relationship?
They think that criticism is actually going to change you. Women tend to be very, very susceptible and very sensitive to social criticism. And because of that, they think you're the same way. So if they want you to change in some way in order to create more connection in the relationship, they think that criticizing their man will lead him to change in healthy ways. But that's not how men work.
And it's not how women work. How many of you know women that criticize other women? And what do? Do those women change when they find out they're being criticized? No, they just insult. That's it.
They used to go to war. They used to be hunter-gatherers. Now they gather their little pearl necklaces and bank leaf bracelets and shove women out of their way to be in the DJ booth and be the center of attention.
So today it is my husband's funeral, which unfortunately I cannot make because obviously I am busy here in Tunisia. I would have loved to have gone. We were together for 17 years.
I hope this is a joke, but if not, this is...
Unfortunately for me, he did decide to die on the week I had planned to come on holiday, so I did make the decision not to go because, you know, I need a holiday at the end of the day, and my holiday is way more important than sitting in a church watching people cry. I would love to give him a good send-off, so I'm going to get absolutely drunk tonight with this new guy that I met, and I'm going to raise a glass for you, Jeremy, because you were an amazing husband, very
Guys, let me know, is this fake or not? Because this is crazy.
rich. I can't wait to do the will reading when I'm home. I have made sure I'm going to be home in time to do the will reading because I would not miss that for the world, because obviously I am due to get a lot of money. And that's a very, very important thing to me. So I hope you have a good funeral stay, Jeremy. Love you. Mwah.
I have a question for men and women. What is up with all of the pretty women being single? The most gorgeous women, like stunning, body proper, face card on, but they're single.
Because there is something wrong with them. If not, they would have been married long, long ago. And don't tell me, oh no, they chose to be single. No, they didn't. Because if the right person came to them, if the dream guy came to them with money and with looks, with everything, they would have gotten married. But there is something wrong with it. That's why.
What is it? I really get so confused when I see a beautiful woman with a nice body, with a nice face, and she's by herself.
Let me tell you guys, the number one thing that women do in order to get you to back down and to emasculate you so that they can do whatever they want to do. They will call you insecure or say you don't trust them. The insecure one is big. Women will try to hit on your confidence. They're going to try to hit that point.
They don't understand that an insecure man wouldn't tell them anything because he's insecure, he doesn't want to lose you. But a man, when he's not afraid to lose you, he will stand his ground. He will tell you what he has to say because he's not insecure. But if you tell a woman something you don't like about her, she will call you insecure.
That's going to hurt you the most. It's going to make you feel the most weakness by calling you insecure. When you put down a boundary, when you say, hey, I don't want you talking to other guys, like having guy friends, or I don't want you going out to a nightclub, whatever it is, or why are you going to dress like that? That's sending a signal that you're available. And she calls you insecure? No. That's her tactic in order to get you off her back because she wants to do what she wants to do. If a woman is doing that, dump her.
Women don't realize the reality. Like, women have a really hard time seeing reality. The reality is the way society has always worked.
No, they see reality. They just don't care. That's the problem.
Is men go out every day. They sacrifice spending time with their children. They sacrifice living a peaceful, relaxing life so that they can go out and provide for their family, so their wife can stay home and relax. Women, they're resenting men for wanting to provide for the family. It's truly unbelievable, and women are trying to compete with men, and it's so unnecessary.
If a man ever says that he wants a stay-at-home wife or a stay-at-home mother or any variation of the sort, I want you to tell him that you expect to be paid a salaried amount every single month that accounts for inflation into an account that he does not have access to in the event of a separation or divorce, and that he needs...
But if you say, I want to have sex this many times a week, how dare you? How dare you? No, you can't do that. I want the house cleaned every week. No, how dare you? I want you to make food for me 3 times a day. How dare you? How dare you?
To be contributing to a 401k or retirement fund of some sort.
Wait, is he medium ugly, or are you just downplaying your attraction to him because you feel like beauty is the only leverage you have in your relationships?
Wives out there that do have a good sex life with your husband, will you tell?
He doesn't play video games. He cooks dinner, does dishes, does bedtime, does bath time, cleans the kitchen, cleans the house, vacuums, mops,
So he's basically a woman. He's not a man.
dusts, doesn't babysit his kids. He just does parenting. Listens, validates my feelings and emotions. Never makes me feel bad if I'm not in the mood.
Why do you not talk to your girlfriends about your marriage?
Would a queen talk to a chambermaid about the king? How would the chambermaid understand what it is that the queen is going through or has to understand?
That's why I told you guys it's not good, especially if you're in a relationship or you're married, that she has single friends, because those single friends just want her to be single as they are, so they can go on vacation, so they can be all the time together. It's not good for her, and they will try to break up your relationship. But you do what you want.
Why am I going to go get advice from somebody who has a failed marriage, who doesn't understand what it's like to be with a man like that? Number two, if I go and tell my friend how horrible Grant was about something, which there's 2 sides of the story, and then I'm going to go make up with Grant, but now I've told them that Grant is domineering, Grant is controlling, he only thinks about himself. They're stuck with that. So now I've made up with my husband. I go hang out with my best friend, Susie Q. She's like, so how's Grant? Oh, is he doing the domineering thing again? Boom, I'm lit back up. Didn't even have a fight with him, but I'm lit back up. Either I'm trying to now talk to her and convince her that my husband isn't the piece of garbage that I made him out to be earlier. I'm trying to convince her of that, or I'm reignited about the upset.
And I made my last alimony payment this month. It was.
You guys were married for 8 years?
Yeah.
Was
So
it?
in California,
it's half the time you were married?
unless it goes to 10 years, and then it's indefinite. It's up to the
After
judge.
10 years?
Yep. If we'd been married for 10 years, it would be an indefinite amount of alimony.
Oh my God.
Up to the judge. And that payment was assessed based on my earnings, of course, but also there were no stipulations about her needing to work ever. Right, so those payments are coming out, and she just doesn't have to work, and she hasn't worked ever. So
you paid alimony for 4 years?
Yeah,
4 years.
Yep.
Okay.
She didn't work the whole time?
No, not since we even got together.
When people give me directions and they're like, you can't miss it, and I'm like, baby, you do not know what I'm capable of.
You said you were a 10, though. You're a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
And you said that God made you perfect. I have a question for you. Do you have breast implants?
Maybe.
Well, I'm curious, if God made you perfect, why do you need to get fake?
It's just something I wanted to do.
I'm trying to understand, because you said you're 10.
Because I'm not going to rate myself anything less than that. Now, what other people want to rate me, they can. I don't care. Your opinion doesn't matter to me.
Any other procedures besides the fake?
I had lipo.
You had lipo?
Yeah.
Where did they put it?
In my...
In the booty?
Yeah.
Do they call it a BBL?
Yeah, I had a BBL.
Okay, so fake boobs.
I had my whole body done.
So I'm on my way to the gym, right? And I see this gorgeous homeless girl. And me and her are chatting it up. And she was like, you know, I really like to stay at the hotel across the street. And I was like, I'm on my way to the gym. I don't have any money. I don't have my card, literally nothing on me. But I do have Apple Pay. So after the gym, I'm going to get her lunch, right? I get her a chicken gyro sandwich from my favorite place. It's so good. I bring it back to her and I go, hey, I'm so sorry I don't have any money, but they accepted Apple Pay, so I got you this sandwich. Hopefully it helps today, right? She goes, oh, thank you so much, but I'm a vegetarian. If a homeless woman could be picky, so can you.
Oh my God. So from that whole story, this is what she got from it. This is what she wanted to say. Because if a homeless woman can be picky, so can you.
So can you.
For online dating, guys have to like 20 times as many profiles as women do to get the same number of matches. That's insane. So why is this happening? It turns out guys like a lot more profiles than women do. I'm talking 33 to 50% of the profiles they see.
I think it's more than that. I think they're lying. I think it's way more than that.
Whereas women only like 5 to 6% of the profiles they see on these dating apps.
Yeah.
When guys go on these dating apps, they look at the profile photos like, she's cute enough to give her a shot. And then they might scroll through the rest of her information to make sure she's not crazy.
No, they just swipe. And then if they get matched with some woman, then maybe they will read her bio. But they don't care. They just watch the first picture, swipe.
And then they'll like her profile. But when women look at a dating profile, they look at every single photo, his height, his job, how funny he is, if he seems like he's good with kids, how he treats his parents, where he volunteers on the weekends, if he's trying too hard, if he's not trying hard enough. You get the picture. So women end up seeming like these harsher judges when in reality, they just want a story. Women want your profile to show them who you are and what makes you unique, not just what you look like. So guys, start using your profiles to
No, that's not true, guys. If you look good to her, it doesn't matter. Believe me. I've never had anything in my bio when I had Tinder. And that wasn't a problem. I didn't make some funny jokes. I didn't do a good opening liner. I just said hi. And it didn't matter if they like you, if you look good, it doesn't matter.
tell a compelling story about yourself.
A woman who succeeds in changing her man will eventually grow to resent him and subconsciously label him as unsafe and weak. This is a trauma response to growing up with a weak father who could not stand up and protect her, a father who also couldn't stand up to her mother. You see, the paradox is that her desire for her partner to change and be the ideal father that she didn't have as a child only reinforces the fact that he can be pushed around and can't be relied on. She will.
And even if that's not true, guys, women don't like a pushover. If she can change you so easily, if you do everything she says, she will resent you. Not right now, not in the moment, in the future.
Continue to repeat this cycle in this relationship and future relationships until she finally chooses to face the hurt little girl inside her. The little girl that did not feel safe growing up and is expecting men to save her in the way that her father could not.
Hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.